Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today, have you ever watched a YouTube channel, listened to the people talk about their tools, like these, for instance, these electrical tools, and you're like, have they ever used tools? Today, I'm gonna tell you what tools you should buy because I personally have used an array of tools. You might wanna stick around. I have real world experience. Let's go. All right, like I said in the beginning of this video, you know, a lot of people, they do these videos. A lot of people are instructors. A lot of people just go out and buy tools. They have really no idea how to use these because honestly, maybe they've used them once or twice, but unless you've used them on a regular basis like I have, how do you really know what is good? So we're gonna go down a rabbit hole. We're gonna talk a little bit about apprentice tools. I'll do another video on homeowner tools, but first I wanna just really dial in on apprentice tools because I wish YouTube was around when I started out. It would've helped me tremendously. Now, finding the right people to really trust with their experiences is hard to do, especially on YouTube, because everybody is out here trying to make a buck, and I get it, but you know, it's good to follow somebody who really knows the tools and how to use them. You know, even though I am an instructor here, I still literally work almost every day of the week, except Saturday and Sunday. I know how to use the tools. I use them literally all the time. Now, I've done some videos, as you already know, about all the linesmans, not all of them, but a lot of them. You know, which ones do I like the best, yada, yada, yada. But regardless, you know, I can tell you from real world experience what is good. So without further ado, no more stories, let's get right into the tools and let's talk about what I think, if you're an apprentice, what you should use. Let's get started. All right, so I'm gonna keep my ugly mug out of this. You can see my hands and everything that I think is a very good option to buy. Now, as you know, I've done some video reviews on some of these Linesman Pliers, you know, and you know, I did those for budget friendly stuff. Now, if you're really getting in the trade here, you just cannot go wrong with the pair of Linesman Pliers. You just cannot. These are Klein's, they're made by Klein Tools. Now, just so you know, everything will be down below in a Amazon link, so you can purchase these if you so choose to. I want to say these are close to 50 bucks. I'm not 100% certain. I will say you do get what you pay for. We've went over these before, but I will tell you, you do get what you pay for. Now, I also will tell you that the Milwaukee ones are extremely high quality. Now, I have not done a review on those, but I'll leave the link down below for that also. So definitely Klein. I'm gonna pretty much stick with Klein because I really like Klein. Next up on the list, a pair of dikes. Now, these are called diagonal pliers, and if you can see right here, they have a little angle on them. Now, this to me is the ones that I like the most. You know, they're not like an aggressive angle, but they are an angle. You know, to me, I don't know why, but the angle ones just seem to do better. I'm not really sure why. It just is what it is. This is what I've always preferred. I've had the straight ones. I do have actually a pair of straight ones, but I like the angles. It gives you that if you're pulling staples out, you know, you can put it on there and you can pry the staple out. So it gives you that little fulcrum right there. So these, obviously, down below will be linked. And these are my personal ones. You can see they've got, you know, battle scars. So definitely these are excellent. Links will be down below for these. Next up on the list, in my opinion, every single person needs a pair of channel locks. Now, channel lock brand, whatever you want. I also love Knipex of these. However, these are the ones that I carried exclusively, and I have never, ever, ever, ever had a pair go bad on me. Sometimes the groove part does kind of wear out a little bit, but you know what? These are pretty cheap and they are extremely nice. Now, like I said, there are a pair of Knipex. I'll leave them down below. I don't ever carry those. Not because I don't think that they're good, just because this is what I've always carried. And you know, I've never had a problem. These are the 426s, I believe. Yeah, 426s, and they've been excellent. Like I said, Knipex is very high quality. I'm not knocking them, but I know for a fact these are perfect. Now, obviously, these are a small set. You can get bigger sets, but I will tell you that a lot of the times what we do in our trades, especially if you're just residential / commercial, light commercial, this is all you're gonna need. Not saying you shouldn't get the 420s or the 440s, but I'm just telling you, these are a very handy, extremely handy tool. All right, next up on the list, a screwdriver. Now, I have done a review on this one. This is the fast one. fast bit, I believe it's called. I'm gonna tell you right now, this probably, in my opinion, is one of the best screwdrivers that Klein has made in a very, very long time. Now, you might ask yourself, why is he saying that? Let me tell you right now, okay? I'm gonna spend a little time on a screwdriver talking about it because it's very important. Now, if you're not gonna buy insulated tools, this one to me is high quality, very extremely high quality, because you have your Phillips right here, you pull it out, and then you have your flat. Now, I want to talk a little bit about the elephant in the room, and that is, you know, a lot of people say, well, why don't you just get the multi one where you can pull it out? It has the star, it has the square, it has the flat, it has the Phillips, it has, you know, all those on it. I want to tell you how I feel about those. Now, where I came from before I came to become a teacher, they gave you those a lot, and we use them a lot. You go to put them in any kind of a, I don't know, terminal or a starter bucket, and a lot of the times when you go to tighten them up and you pull it out, the bits would stay stuck into the terminals. Then you're left with having to go get your linesman's or a pair of channel locks or whatever, and pull needle nose and pull them out to get your bits out. And I thought, what a stupid idea. They have their place. The multi-tools, 11-in-1s, the 15s-in-1s, the 5-in-1, the 10-in-1, they all, I do love them. I'm not gonna stand here and say I don't like them. But if, there's really no reason, honestly, in my opinion, to have all that. I used to carry that exclusively, but now this is one of my go-tos almost exclusively. Now, another thing is, you know, it's not insulated, so, and don't say, well, it's got rubber handle, it's got plastic, it does, but you can never, ever replace insulated tools. So this is an all-around awesome screwdriver. So if you're looking for a screwdriver, this might be the one you want to check out. I know it looks kind of funny, but I will tell you, for all the screwing you're going to do, this bulbous head is so comfortable. I never in my life would have thought I would enjoy, that doesn't sound right, enjoy a bulbous head. That really doesn't sound right, but you know what I'm saying. Screwdriver, but man, 15 bucks. You're probably one of the only ones with a screwdriver like this on the job site, unless somebody else loves it as much as we do. And you know what? Nobody's gonna steal it. On to the next one. So this is a multi-use nut driver. There is a couple cons with this that I will tell you, but overall, this is one of the best nut drivers. It starts at 1/4 inch and goes all the way to 1/2 inch. Now, how do you use this? A lot of people don't know. So I usually don't leave it like this, but I did it for this video purpose. So they're all color coded. As you see, red, yellow, blue, green, brown, and then red. So what you gotta do, if you wanna use, let's just say you wanna use the 3/8, because blue is 3/8. So you gotta push this little button right here. It's right here on your handle. Push the button, and it just snaps in there. So push the button, get it off, and then you have to take off one, and then you have to take off your 3/8, put this one down, and then you put it on like that. So now, you put this back in, and now you have a nut driver, a 3/8 nut driver. Now the con that I was telling you about is, you know, it's not deep. So if you have to go through a piece of all thread or whatever, you're not gonna be able to get it. You have to use a socket or something, but 3/8 is perfect. These are perfect. Now, let's say you wanna use that, you know you're not gonna be able to leave your bits here, you just slide these back on. Put it back in, and now you got just like I started out with. So 3/8, and if you want 11/32, which is green, you just flip it over, boom, it locks in there. Now, you can also use this on an impact. All these are impact rated. This is what I carried. I still have this today. I freaking think this is one of the best nut drivers ever. Now you want to transport it in your bag, you take the one you just used off, you put it in here, right? Put it back on here, and now you're not gonna lose anything because it's not coming off because it's locked. These are not coming off this way. You have to take the button, push it off, and pull these off to get what you want. What an amazing, amazing screwdriver Klein has, or nut driver rather. The next is the strippers. Highly recommend these, I'll leave the link down below. You won't find a better set of strippers in my opinion. And last but not least on this is just a key that I had for a lockout. at the last place I worked. And of course this right here, you know, winds down and you can lock it on there. Not a very high quality, but it served me for what I needed. It did perfectly. Now, the hook, the pouch. One good thing about the Klein is, we're gonna go right into this next, is you flip it over and it has a place for a knife. Now, this is not the knife I used all the time. This was my backup knife, so whenever I forgot my real blade or what have you, I always had that. So it's always there, available, waiting for you if you need it. Also, you can put in this pouch, there's a little, you can do whatever you want. I would always usually have a book of numbers in there. That way, if I needed to label something, I had the place to do it. Now, pouch is done and over with. Let's talk a little bit about the last few items and we'll get this video squared away. And we started with the knife, so let's go ahead and finish this. Now, I love this knife. As you know, I did a video on it. It had replaced my everyday carry knife. This is what I use all the time. Now, it is bulky, but it is so well built that it's just amazing. Now, I will tell you a couple things. I'm not gonna spoil it for you on that other video that I'm gonna do, because you may or may not watch it, but you should watch it anyway. But regardless, because it's more in depth. So this knife is amazing. Now, I was told that the Milwaukee knife is 10 times better than this. So leave me a comment down below if you think it is. I'm very interested to hear your opinions. I will be doing a video on that if I think it's good enough. I love this screwdriver. I use this so flippin' much over my Leatherman now. It's just amazing. Of course, you can take it out, you know, if you watch the video. If not, you know, there's a lot to it. But I love the fact that I don't have to sharpen blades if I don't want to anymore. I can just open this up, take this blade out, replace it with a new one, boom. The place I used to work, they provide us with utility knife blades, so, you know, do what you're made for. Of course, I didn't have it then, but I have it now, and I flippin' love it. So I'm not gonna spoil it anymore. This is a very good option. Here is the knife that I carried all the time when I used to work. Here it is. This was my everyday knife, the Milwaukee knife. It has stood the test of time. It is a hawkbill. I still love a hawkbill. I love the hawkbill. Klein, I have a Klein one, and it is amazing, just like this one is. I have the Klein that you take the blade out and you can put a new blade in. But this is the one that I used at work. They provide us with these. This was my work knife. I took the clip off because it set perfectly in my little tool pouch. So amazing. I'll leave links, like I said, to everything. So, all right. Very last two tools that I have, and that is a tick tracer. Now, this is not the one that I used at the place I used to work at. I have been using this one this last year and a half, and I will tell you, this was provided here at the school where I'm working. And I think this one is a very amazing tick tracer. I never ever would have bought this, and I'm glad it was here because I thought, you know, Southwire, but I will tell you, I am so impressed with this. You can get these at Lowe's, Amazon I think has them. Like I said, links are down below, but I love it. One reason, the green light. It shows my students that, you know, something's there. And of course, when you rub it, you can see when it's hot, it turns red, all right? Also on this one, it has a flashlight. So if you need to see something, which we're not in the dark often, but if you're in the dark and you need it, you have the option to do it. So very high quality. I mean, don't trust your life with it, but a very high quality piece of equipment right here. Sandtronics is my most favorite one. I will be doing a video on that eventually, but Sandtronics is my favorite. And last but not least, I've done an extensive video on this on my other channel that I have, the Volclaw. Let me tell you about the Volclaw. It is amazing. Now, down there in the description, I will leave a link to a video that I did on my other channel, because remember I have two channels, this one and another one. That if you want to watch this one, I'm probably not going to do a video on this channel about it. I'll definitely have it embedded in my videos because I love this thing so much. But this piece of equipment is flipping amazing, guys. If you don't have one, you don't know about it, watch that video. It'll probably change your mind. But this is a very high quality piece of equipment that I think is just teetotally amazing. All right, a lot of the times, like I mentioned, you know, this is kind of my setup. Sometimes a screwdriver will be sitting inside. You can see it's all in there. You know, you don't always need every little thing in here, but for me, this is what I carried on the job. And once again, this hook, you can just hook it right here and then swing it around. So if you're over here and then you go over here, just swing it around. The hook stays where it is. You can get your tools out, work, whatever you're doing, boom, go away. It's got, this hook is amazing. I don't know if I'll be able to find this one on Amazon or not, but I will leave it down below if I do. It's the Hero Clip, I think. I think that's what it's called. But anyway, totally amazing, guys. I cannot talk enough good about that clip. And this is what, like when I was walking to my jobs or whatever, instead of having a pouch on, this is how it would look. So I just put it right here on my side and I'd carry it because it's not coming off. Now you might lose a tool or two on the way up, but it is not coming off. That clip is tight as a belt, yo, and it is not coming off. So it's got this little clip right here that when it goes into your pants, it kind of digs in there. It doesn't hurt you, and it's a soft, I'm not gonna say rubber, but it's a soft plastic. So very handy hook. If I've missed anything, please leave me a comment down below. Tell me what I've missed in here, what you think I should have in there. Links for everything will be down below. It is very important that you have the right tools for the right job, guys. Don't skimp out, especially if you're taking your trade serious. Just get what you think you need, but make sure it's high quality. Don't settle for Walmart tools and electrical. Now, I'm not saying they're bad, but I am saying you do get what you pay for, guys. I've had that stuff for years and years and years with no issues. All right, as mentioned before, I did do a couple videos on some Linesman pliers that were not Kleins. I'll leave one of them right here. You can click on that link. You can meet me in that video. I will show you what I think of it. You know, some of them aren't so bad, some of them, you know, so you'll see how I feel about it. You can make your own mind up. Guys, if you like what you see, make sure you hit that bell notification. Give me a thumbs up. Make sure that bell notification says all, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Have a great day.